Hi everyone, the Water Magister here again. I know I kind of slacked last week and I didn't make a video, but I was going through my own emotions, and as you progress in your spiritual path, you will start to face these emotions yourself, and you will start to understand that it's vital and essential to start facing them, because that allows you to grow. So today I actually decided to go over the following things. We're going to go over how to lucid dream, meaning how to wake up inside your dream more often than not. I'm going to go over a couple other things that you can do for that as well. What else? And then I want to do a meditation, and I'm going to guide you to a specific area that you're going to meet with one of your spirit guides, and you're going to be able to have a conversation with them. I realize that the music is actually too loud. Give me 1 second. Alright, so let's talk about lucid dreaming. I'm sure if you don't know what lucid dreaming is when you are sleeping and you're dreaming and you realize that you're actually asleep. So then at that point you begin to have control over the dream itself, and you can do whatever you want. You can fly, you can change physics, you can do a lot, and I've done a lot in that. So first way to be able to lucid dream, a tool that you can use is periodically throughout the day, ask yourself in your mind, am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Am I dreaming? And ask yourself every so often, so that it becomes a habit to ask yourself, even in the now, in the present moment, because essentially this is a dream as well. We just haven't figured out a way to control every single aspect of it yet. We're able to control some aspects. That's why we are able to create that law of attraction and manifest things for ourselves, but it's not instantaneous yet because we haven't understood the actual concepts behind it. So that's one tool, is to periodically ask yourself throughout the day, am I dreaming? And you can ask yourself in a different way too. Like you can ask it in a different, whatever triggers that to ask yourself when you're dreaming, because you're going to be conditioning yourself in your mind. So when you're actually dreaming in the dream state, you're going to ask yourself that same question, and then you're going to look around and say, yep, actually this is a dream. Okay. Second thing is you can have to start. One of my friends told me about this one, is he periodically pinches himself in the real life. So random spots he just pinches himself, and it's a way of conditioning yourself too. So when you're actually in the dream, you pinch yourself. And when you do that and you don't actually feel anything, it's a sign that you're actually in a dream as well. What else? A third one is using symbols. In some of my previous videos, I showed you, or I talked to you about sigils and symbols. You can use one for lucid dreaming as well. It could be as complicated as you want to make it, or as easy as you want to make it. I'm going to show you a symbol that is created by a community of people that I'm a part of. They're called the Light Beings community. This is a symbol that we put on our hands, on the back of our hands, periodically throughout the week before we go to sleep. And what that does, let me fix this. What that does is when you are actually in the dream and you look at your hand, you then ask yourself, am I dreaming again? Or you realize that you're in a dream, because it's not normal for you to put that thing on your hand, that symbol, because throughout the day in real life you don't have that symbol on your hand. So when you have something different, something that's out of place, you then just start asking questions, and you start to realize that it's a dream in itself. And that particular symbol that you saw has a little bit more meaning to it. You can create symbols that allow people to meet each other in the dream world, in the astral world. So you can actually communicate with people in that area using symbols, as long as both two or more parties have that same story that you're creating, what that symbol actually means. So if you have a symbol and you say to another person, hey, let's make a symbol together, and every time we go to bed, we're going to put it on the back of our hands, and it will start to the more you start to use it, gain more and more power towards that intention that you set to meet each other in the dream world, or to do something in the dream world that you're intending to do, to meet in a specific location. So sigils are pretty good to lucid dream. For me, the one that worked the most was asking myself throughout the day, am I dreaming? And I conditioned myself from when I was 18 for about a year, and I just asked myself periodically, am I dreaming? And now I just lucid dream, like I'd say maybe about 6 out of the 7 nights. And it's really awesome. I would recommend you doing at least one of these tools. One last tool is there's an herb called mugwort, M-U-G-W-O-R-T. This is an herb that you can smoke before you go to sleep, or you take it as a tea before you go to sleep. And it allows you to have more often lucid dreams, and also go into the astral world a lot easier. So those are that's a herb that you can look up, you can purchase online. It's very cheap. I sell it as well. So if you know me and you're local to where I live, feel free to send me a message, and I'll sell. I sell little small baggies, like about this big. It's good enough for three doses of tea, three times of making tea, and also at least a month of just smoking it. And you just put a little bit in the pipe, smoke it, and right before you go to sleep, and you'll start to remember your dreams more, and you'll start to actually wake up inside the dreams. And I love to dream. I feel like a lot of my work is actually completed in the dream state, and I've gotten a lot of messages in my dreams where people in real life have pulled me aside and said, hey, you came to visit me in my dream, and you started teaching me things that I didn't even know about. And for me, in what I'm going through now, it's really helped me. So I feel like I personally do a lot of work in my dream state. So I would actually see if you want to start doing something like that. Start remembering your dreams more. Start actually waking up inside the dream, so you can do whatever you want. You can actually get more work done in your dream state than you would in well, you can do work in either way, but it's just a lot more time to do things. What else? So that's pretty much it about lucid dreaming. We're gonna go into the meditation. So if you haven't already, I would recommend doing the water meditation. I have a little bit of water in here. We're gonna do a quick water meditation. So it's going to put the intention in the water for us to be able to allow ourselves to get into the deeper relaxation state for this meditation that we're going to do after the water meditation. Okay? So just very quickly, we're going to, in our mind, we're going to have our eyes closed. In our mind, begin to visualize an intention that you want to set. So since the meditation I'm going to be instructing with you is meeting your spirit guide, the intention shall be to gain a clearer picture and to speak with my spirit guide. And see yourself already speaking to a guide. And instead of using the orb method, which is a beautiful method as well, we're just going to do a verbal method to the water itself. So we're going to state to the water and direct, when you're speaking, direct it to the water and say, thank you, water. I love you, water. Your intention is for when I consume you, that you allow me to go into my deep state of meditation so that I may speak with my spirit guide and hear things very clearly so that I may take it back with me into this physical three-dimensional world. Thank you, water. I love you, water. And then open your eyes slowly and then drink the contents of the water. Thank you. And just close your eyes for a moment. Allow yourself to feel the sensations of the water coursing through the body, any subtle changes of temperature, any subtle feelings that are coming throughout the body. It's those intentions going through, communicating with the water inside your body, letting it know what to do because you just programmed it. Okay, so let's keep our eyes closed, and we're going to go into the meditation for the rest of the video. Let's take a deep inhale into the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Last deep inhale. Hold it. Exhale out. Breathing normally. Excuse me. I hope I didn't disturb you. Okay. So, finding your composure, finding your clarity, finding your inner peace. Begin visualizing yourself in the room that you're in before you close your eyes. Visualizing any subtle details that you remember. Being very aware. I'm attempting not to sneeze too loud. My allergies are getting me right now. But begin to focus on the breathing, on your inhalation and exhalation. And as you visualize all the portions of the room that you're in, be very detailed with the textures that you see, the textures that are on the wall, as you have your eyes closed, what you were wearing before you had your eyes closed. Continue to visualize the entire room. Now, as you visualize the room in all of its detail, you begin to notice that the textures on the wall, the textures on the room, all begin to dissipate. And they all begin to turn white. The textures of the floor begin to turn white. The textures of the wall, and whatever was on the wall begins to dissipate and turn white. Until you find yourself in a completely white room. And your body is laying or sitting in the posture that you're in currently. This room is a representation of your sanctuary, your healing room for the physical body. This room will begin to restore any physical ailments, any pains for the physical body. And as you're in this room, you begin to see yourself stepping out of the body itself and standing up within that room, as the body is still laying in the same position that it's in. You begin to look down towards your body, seeing how peaceful and beautiful you are, how perfect you are. And as you do this, you begin to notice a door emerging behind you. And this door begins to call out to you, calling out your name in a voice that you've heard before. This is a voice of your spirit guide. It is calling out to you. And curiosity gets the best of you, and you begin to open that door slowly. On the other end of this door, you see a beautiful forest filled with beautiful colors, trees, butterflies, birds, all flying around. And you look back towards your body once more, knowing that your body is safe and protected in this room. You begin to step through that door and close the door behind you. And as the door closes, you begin to see something emerging from one of the bushes. This is your animal guide that will be with you throughout the adventure. Giving you that sense of safety and protection while you're traveling towards your spirit guide. Know that if you're listening to this, you and your spirit guide have already chosen to meet at this exact moment. Otherwise, it would not be happening. There is a point in your evolution where it requires this meeting, because you are always where you have to be. So that animal guide, see what type of animal this is this time. This is your animal companion. And you have a telepathic link to this animal. There's no requirement to speak out loud. It can hear your thoughts. So whatever you want to think and ask, maybe you want to ask its name, you can do so. But let's begin walking. In front of you, you see a cobblestone path leading into the forest. And further down the ways in the clouds, you see a little bit of smoke emerging. This is where we have to go. So we begin walking down this path into the forest with your animal companion. As you admire all the beauty in this forest, the beautiful clouds, the sky, the colors, the smells. Having an open dialogue with that animal if you choose. Continue walking further and further. I'm going to allow you a minute of your own freedom in this area. So you can venture off the course of the road and do whatever you'd like to do. You could run, you could climb the trees all the way to the top, you could fly, dance, be naked if you choose. Whatever allows you to feel that freedom. There are no judgments here. The only judgment that you would have is the one on yourself. Allow yourself to be free. Go now. This is the type of freedom that you're supposed to feel in the real life. The one that you're feeling now, and allowing yourself to be who you wish to be without that fear of judgment. Who cares what people think of you? This sense of freedom is the frequency at which to vibrate. If you've gotten to that point, if you could feel that freedom, see if you can always be in that state with whatever you do. Begin to go towards the path again, making your way towards the smoke in the clouds with your animal companion. You begin to see a cabin up ahead, and from that cabin you see the chimney. And that's where the smoke is coming from. You begin to gain excitement and eagerness because you know what is in that cabin is for you. It's your spirit guide. It's time to have that open dialogue with that entity so that you can go over things that you may have missed, to allow you to progress further in this evolution of spirituality, mindfulness, and awareness of who you truly are. Making it closer and closer towards this cabin. You now find yourself in the front of the cabin itself. Your animal guide communicates to you, letting you know it will wait outside for you. It will keep a watchful eye. So begin to make your way towards the cabin, opening the door slowly. And in that small little cabin there is a small table in the center of the room, and there is a figure sitting at the table. At first it's very blurry and you're not able to make it out completely. But the more and more you focus your attention and awareness on that present moment as what you're looking at in front of you, your guide begins to manifest more clearly. What does your guide look like to you? Is it human? Is it male, female? Being very descriptive of what you're looking at. Feeling any tingly sensations that are happening in your body at this moment, because your body is communicating something to you. And if you do feel those tingly sensations, that is a representation that you are on the right path. Your spirit guide begins to completely manifest itself. And it speaks to you. It says, have a seat. So you pull the chair out from the other side of the table and you begin to sit down. All of these questions, all of these ideas are running through your mind. What is it you want to talk about to your guide? I'm going to give you the next 2 minutes. And I'm going to count down at the first minute and let you know that you have 1 minute left to have this dialogue with your spirit guide. Ask it questions and hear the response. See if that response resonates truly within yourself. I give you this time now with your guide. Go. 1 minute remaining. The conversation is now at a close. Your guide thanks you for taking this time and setting it aside so that you may have this meeting. Your guide reaches into its pocket and it asks you to bring your hand out and open the palm of your hand. It begins to place something in the palm of your hand. What is that object? What does it mean to you? It is for you. You both begin to stand up and walk over to the side of the table. Begin to give each other a warm embrace, feeling each other's energy, feeling each other's love, feeling any sensations in your physical body, tingly sensations, warmth, cold, all subtle signs that you are where you're supposed to be. Feeling that love within each other, that deep divine connection. Your guide begins to say goodbye. And you begin to walk out that door of the cabin, back outside to the woods, to the beautiful forest, with your animal guide, knowing that you can always do this meditation and come back to speak to the guide if you choose. Now, begin walking further up the cobblestone path with your animal guide. And up ahead you see another door. Begin to say your last goodbyes to the animal guide. The animal guide begins to say it hopes to see you soon. It hopes that you will return. Begin to open the door slowly. On the other end of this door, you see your physical body laying in the same position that you're currently in the third dimensional world, in that beautiful white room. And begin to walk into that white room, closing the door behind you. And begin to walk over towards your physical body. Look down towards your physical body and say thank you. Thank you, body, for allowing me this beautiful sensation to feel, see, taste, touch. I am in gratitude. Thank you, body. I love you. And then slowly begin to see your spiritual body integrate back into the physical body in the same way that it's sitting in or laying down in. And as you do, The whiteness of the room begins to gain its texture once more within the room that you're in. If you have any paintings on the walls or posters, the posters begin to reappear. The textures of the floor begin to reappear. You begin to feel the clothes on your body once more. And you are now back into this room. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. 2 more. Deep inhale in. Exhale out. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing normally. Opening your eyes slowly. Anything that you experience, I would recommend that you write it down so that you can begin to analyze what was given to you, what was discussed. It's important. You may feel at times that you're making the things up, but you're not. It's all information that you're supposed to hear. So that concludes the video. I'm going to now say my last words here for the remaining portion of the video. The divine light within me honors and acknowledges divine light within you. Because understand that as you grow your own light, you allow others to see that light and grow with you, taking them out of their own darkness, showing them that love is truly possible. Loving themselves is possible. Not giving their power away to an object, to a person, is possible. Whoever's watching this, I love you. Thank you.